What's up, Michael Jordan collectors and investors? So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So on this show, I covered the 86 Fleer rookie card, I covered the sticker rookie card, and I also covered the 84 Star XRC. I also cover all of the big items and all of the major auction houses that are going on right now. So Card Gems here, welcome to my channel. This is today's February 21st Michael Jordan rookie card market report. All right, let's dig into this. So Robert Edward auctions, we have this PSA 10 here. These auctions should be ending like right now. Let's see how much time they have on them. So this one actually ends in 7 seconds. So let's see. The current bid is 510,000, and it should be going to like extended bidding here. Yeah, another 10 minutes. So let's refresh this here. Yeah, these cards. So that one I think ends a day earlier than these other cards. Like, let's look at this PSA 9. I'm not sure if that ends right now as well. Yeah, it does. All of these are in extended bidding right now, so we really won't know how these will end right now. But this is up to 510,000. Remember, we got to add the 20% buyer's premium to that, so it's be well over 600,000. We got this PSA 10 sticker here for 160,000, so that would be close to like 200,000. So we got the PSA 9 here for 44,000 and the PSA 8 for 16,500. We'll come back and check on those later. So Heritage Auctions, we have this Star XRC right here, 84 Star. It's up to 115,000 with 6 days left. These auctions, some of these auctions right here have not started yet. This PSA 9 has, it's up to 18,000. These have not started yet. These have not started. So we have a BGS 8 here, 8250. We have a PSA 8, 15,500. PSA 7, 6,500. There's a SGC 9.5. It's up to 62,500. And here's a PSA 9 up to 41,000. A PSA 10 up to 470,000. So that's with the buyer's premium. That's like 560,000 already. Golden auctions. We have a Star here, 84 Star. It's graded a 9, but it has an auto, and the auto is a 10, so it's up to 240,000. And these have several days left on them. Here's a PSA 10. It's up to 450,000. This one's up to 425,000. Let's see how much long we got on these guys. So these auctions have 13 days left on them. Okay, so here's a PSA 10 sticker with the whole set of PSA 10 stickers, and it's up to 200,000 already. There's a PSA 10 sticker up to 120,000. Here's a PSA 8 Star. So PSA doesn't grade these anymore, and this is the highest grade that they ever got on these, was 70, and it's up to 72,000 for that. There's a second year Star card, base card, and it's up to 10,000. This is a quad 9.5. This is a 1.9 on the corners, and it's up to 3,500. Here's a BGS 9.5. It's up to 86,000. So with the buyer's premium, it'd be over 100,000. This is a SGC 9.5. It's up to 45,000. So if we check Card Ladder, PSA 1 has a pop of 130. It lasts for the past month. It has sold for $3,805 on average from 9 sales. Last sold for $4,450 on the 18th, and the record high is $5,125. If we check eBay, we have one here that's for $4,899. Buy it now. It's a new listing. Here's $5,499, 0 bids, and here's $10,000, our best offer. So we look at the PSA 2. It has a pop of 177. For the past month, it sold for an average of $4,769 with 8 sales. So it last sold for $4,900 on the 20th, so very recent. And the record high is $5,307. So if we check eBay, we have one here for $4,400, 0 bids, new listing. Here's $5,900, another new listing or best offer, and there's a $10,000 or best offer. So, and there's a few more options after that. So PSA 3 has a pop of 330. For the past month, it is sold for an average of $5,818, 6 sales. Last sold for $5,655 on the 12th, and the record high is $6,250. It looks like here on the 31st of January. So if we check eBay, we have one here for $3,574, 20 bids. And then here's one 6,995 with no bids. And then here's the cheapest you can get it for a best offer. Buy it now, 8,500 our best offer. And there's a few more options. Here's PWCC with a top 15 eye appeal on that one. So the PSA 4 has a pop of 674. So the average price for the past month is 7,071. 11 sales. Last sold for 5,700 on the 20th. So yesterday. The record high is 8,595, which was like here on the 4th. So if we check eBay, we have one for 5,000, 5 bids. Here's 5,100, 9 bids. Here's 5,100, 18 bids. Here's 5,688, no bids. 6,600, so that's the cheapest you can get for a best offer. Buy it now, and you have some more options above that for a little bit higher prices. So the PSA 5 has a pop of 1,030 for the past month. It's sold for 7,433 on average, and that's 16 sales. Last sold for 8,066 on the 18th. So record high is 8,600, which was just recently on the 10th. So on eBay, we have one here for 4,000, one bid. Here's 5,300, 17 bids. Here's 6,999, no bids. Here's 7,800, no bids. 9,500 or best offer, so that's the cheapest you can get it for a best offer. Buy it now, and you have plenty of other options here for a little bit more. So PSA 6 has a pop of 1,686. So it's been 22 sales in the past month for an average of 8,890. It last sold for 7,300 right here on the 19th, and the record high is 11,811. That's quite a big spike here on the 2nd, but that is a confirmed sell. So on eBay, we have a new listing here for 4,050, 22 bids. There's 5,000, 5 bids, another new listing. Here's 5,200, 8 bids, 5,800, 6,100, 7,300, 8,400. And here's the cheapest you can get it for a best offer. Buy it now for 9,999. And here's one for 10,299. And you have plenty of other options here. So BGS 6 has a pop of 452 for the past month. There's only been 3 sales for 7,333 average. Last sold for 7,050 on the 12th. The record high was 7,700 on the 30th of January. So if we check eBay, we just have this one here for 7,223 or best offer. So around that average price. So it's not bad for a best offer. So BGS 6.5, it has a pop of 626. For the past month, there's only been 4 sales for 8,143 on average. It last sold for 8,556, and that is also the record high, and that was just on the 18th, so a couple of days ago. So if we check eBay, we have one here for 6,021 bids, and here's one buy it now for 9,500, and this is the cheapest you can get for a best offer, 15,000. So BGS 7 has a pop of 966. For the past month, there's only been 5 sales, sold on average of 10,699. It last sold for 9,500 on the 13th, and the record high is 12,700, which was here on the 7th. If we check eBay, we have one here for 12,950. Buy it now. Here's 1,350 or best offer, so that's the cheapest you can get it for a best offer. So PSA 7 has a pop of 3,390. For the past month, there's been 42 sales for an average of 13,000. Last sold for 10,474 on the 20th, so yesterday. And the record high is 15,900, which is just right here on the 6th. So you would want to try to find a card between this current price of 10,000 and the average price of 13,000. So let's check eBay. Here's a new listing for 5,200, 16 bids. Here's one for 5,300, 6,100, 6,400, 6,600, 7,000. Here's 8,000, no bids, and it's a new listing. Here's 8,400, 39 bids, 41 minutes left. Here's 9,500, 1 bid. Here's 9,800, 22 bids. Here's 10,500, no bids. And then here's 11,000, no bids. Here's 12,200, 36 bids. So this is still between that average and that last sell. Here's 12,500 best offer. So that's the cheapest you can get it there for best offer. And there's more options. So BGS 7.5 has a pop of 1,451. For the past month, it sold 6 times for an average of 10,915. Last sold for $9,875 on the 14th, and the record high is $13,000, which was here on the 1st of February. If we check eBay, we have one for $4,300, 20 bids, $7,100, $10,750. Buy it now. And here's a best offer, buy it now. This is the cheapest you can get it for that, $11,500. So that's the cheapest you can negotiate with. But here's Burbank sports cards, and this $12,000 our best offer. And you got more options. You got plenty of more options on that card. So PSA 8 has a pop of 7,765. That's a huge pop, but that is the most common grade. There's been 73 sales in the past month for 19,418 on average. Last sold for 17,275 on the 19th. So you would try to find a card in between these two prices. So the record high is 26,101. So that was back on the 5th. That was back during that spike that you saw for all the Michael Jordan cards. If we check eBay, we have a new listing here for 7,300, 7 bids. Here's 8,600, 9,000, 10,000. Here's 10,000 for 16 bids. 10,098, 13 bids, 11,000, 12,000, 12,000. We got several in this price range. All of these cards have a fair amount of bids on them. 12,900, 13,600, 13,600. Here's 13,800. Here's 13,900. There's no bids on this. And so here's 14,300, 14 bids. 15,000, no bids. Some of these have no bids on them. Here's 15,000, one bid. Some just have one bid. But here's 17,300, 32 bids. Here's 17,900. Buy it now from PWCC too. This is a new listing. And the card is fairly centered. Wow. So here's 17,998 our best offer. Here's 18,500. Buy it now. So here's 18,650. So you can get these for good prices now. Here's another one, 18,000 our best offer. Here's another PWCC one for 19,450 our best offer. And this one has really, well, it's off center, left or right. You have all kinds of options here. You can pretty much just look through here and find the absolute best eye appeal and make your offers. There's like 70 listings of that card. BGS 8, 2041 pop for the last month is sold for an average of sold 21 sales for an average of 13,701. Last sold for 11,725 just on the 18th. And the record high is 17,800, which was just back on the 9th. So, about 12 days ago. Check eBay. We have one here, a new listing, 1,125, 4 bids. Here's 6,036 bids. 7,800, 37 bids. Here's 8,159 bids. Here's 8,400, 28 bids. 14,000, no bids. It's a new listing. So here's 14,950 or best offer. So that's the cheapest you can negotiate. And you have plenty more options. Here's PWCC, 16,500 or best offer. So pretty much pick and choose on those cards as well. Here's SGC 8. They don't have the pop here, but I'll show you the pop in a minute. For the past month, there's only been 3 sales for an average of 16,396. It last sold for 16,100 on the 18th, and the record high is 19,000 here on the 5th. So let's look at the 8.5, the SGC 8.5. For the past month, there's only been 3 sales as well for an average of 18,418. It last sold for 17,655 on the 16th, and the record high is 2,099 here on the 15th. So let's look at their populations. So the 8 has 385 and the 8.5 has 358. Also the SGC 9 has a pop of 216 and the 9.5 has a pop of 25. The 10 has a pop of 25. And this 10 here is a gold label 10. So it's kind of like a black label. So if we check eBay, we have this 8.5 here for 12,000 or 40 bids. And here is a SGC 8 for 17,415 or best offer. We have none that are on auction. Here's another 8.5 for 18,950 or best offer. Here's another one for 23,500 or best offer, and just gets higher from there. So let's check the BGS 8.5 has a pop of 2,538. For the past month, there's been 14 sales for an average of 17,992. Last sold for 15,199 on the 20th, so yesterday. And the record high is 23,100 here on the 4th, so not that long ago. Check eBay. We have a new listing here for 5,044 bids. Here's 5,006 bids, 5,600, 7,500, 8,300, 9,300, 9,300. These all have a lot of bids on them. 10,500. Here's 10,300, 38 bids. Here's 15,000 no bids, so we're getting kind of to the limit here. 16,900, see no bids. And this is the cheapest you can get for a best offer buy now, 19,800. So PSA 8.5 has a pop of 386. For the past month, there's been 8 sales that average 31,868. It lasted for 27,501 on the 18th, and the record high is 43,400 right here on the 2nd. So we have one here on eBay for 10,226 bids. Here's one for 16,342 bids. So that one looks pretty strong. Here's 29,999 or best offer, 42 watchers. And it just gets higher from here. There's a couple in the 40s. So SGC9, we know this has a pop of 216 because we just saw that on the graph. Has only sold 3 times in the past month for an average of 39,218. It last sold for 31,923 on the 18th, so like 3 days ago. And the record high is 57,600, which was on the 3rd. So if we check eBay, we have one here for 10,088, 19 bids. And then we got this best offer buy now for about 50,000, and it just gets higher from there. So PSA 9 has a pop of 2,768. So there's been 30 sales in the past month that averaged 64,759. It last sold for 60,700 on the 19th, so a few days ago. The record high is 88,999. So that was this huge spike here on the 10th. So if we check eBay, we have one for 18,635 bids. Here's 30,667 bids, 47,188. A lot of bids. 48,000, a lot of bids. 50,000, no bids. Well, here's 50,155 bids. 59,000, no bids. 61,500, buy it now. Here's the cheapest you can get a best offer, buy it now, 64,950. And there's plenty of more options. There's some in the 60s, 70s, all the way up to the ones with the really good eye appeal up here. So, well, it'll be your opinion. Like, here's a top 5% eye appeal, but 200,000, man, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, guys. So BGS 9, here's a pop of 1,641. For the past month, it sold 19 times for 38,251 average and 83 cents. If you want to get down to the, so here is, it last sold on the 20th for 27,900. So it's, about a $10,000 difference from the average. And the record high was 56,000 on this card, right here on the 10th. So this card has had some huge swings on it. I mean, I once thought that this card was super undervalued compared to the PSA 9, but both cards have seen some swings, but this one has really seen some swings. So here's one for 20,116 bids. Here's 20,139 bids. Here's 23,123 bids. 23,323 bids. Here's a new listing for 27,500. Here's 28,455. It has 52 bids. Here's 36,500 or best offer. Here's 40,000 or best offer. This says top 30 eye appeal. So, and then it just gets higher and higher from here. So the SGC 9.5, we know this has a pop of 25, so not very many. So the past 3 months, this is 3 months now, so there's only been 4 sales, and it's averaged 55,000. But these sales were, before the card really boomed, before all of the Michael Jordan rookie cards really boomed. Is this where this average came from? Back here. But this most recent sale was 125,000 on the 31st of January. And that's the record high, and we have 2 more in the auction houses right now, so we'll see if it gets close to that price again. But here's the BGS 9.5 itself. It has a pop of 526, sold 11 times in the past 3 months. The average is 82,955, and that's with the high end and the low ends together. The low ends being 1.9 subs, so the minimal grade, and the high ends being quad 9.5s or above, up to 210 subgrades. So the really, really high ends. So those two averages together, and there's been about an equal number of sales, comes out to 82,000. Now the last sale right here was 95,100 on the 18th, and that was actually a low end. So that means that the bottom is actually 95,100 for all of these BGS 9.5. So that's pretty good. The high for the card is 162,500, and that was a high end. So you got the high end selling for this price, and the low ends are selling for the 95. So not bad, not bad. So we check eBay. We have this one that has a 9 on the centering for 169,000, our best offer. And here's one that has a 9 on the surface for 175,000, best offer. Here's a 9 on the corners, 182,000, our best offer. This one here is a quad 9.5, so nice card. This is a high end. This is a great card right here. 200,000, buy it now. So here is a 9 on the edges, 220,000, our best offer. So here's a 9 on the surface, 239,000, our best offer. Here's a 9 on the centering, 249,000, our best offer. This one has a 9 on the surface, 250,000, our best offer. Here's 300,000, buy it now, has a 9 on the surface. Here's a quad 9.5 and above. This has a 10 on the surface, so good card here. 329,000, buy it now, though I don't know about that price. You should be able to get about 2 of them for that price almost. So here is a pair here. This has a 9 on the surface, and this one comes with the sticker rookie card, which kind of sold a little bit before excuse me, a little bit before the spike, and it sold for 69,000. So I think that this card is still undervalued, but you get both for 400,000, our best offer. You have the pair here for the this one has a 9 on the edges, and this one has a 9 on the corners, 550,000, our best offer. And then this one is another high end. It's the same as the other one, has a 10 on the surface, but they want about 600,000, our best offer for this one. So the PSA 10 has a pop of 315. Yes, I know it had a pop of 316 recently. I don't know what happened to that. It just mysteriously fell off. But there's been 9 sales in the last 3 months, and they sold for 332,000 on average. The last sale being 645,000 on the 3rd. And the high being 720,000 for a pair. This is actually 2 sales together. So if we check eBay, we have a few of these listed. We have one here for 575,000, which, you know, this is about what it's selling for now. And they want offers on this, you know. So here's one for 1 million, our best offer. And here's one for 1,200,000, our best offer. And this comes with the sticker, and we know the sticker sells around 200,000. So let's check out recently ended. So recently ended, we have a PSA 4 here for 57,000, 36 bids. Here's a PSA 8 that sold for 16,950, 41 bids. So this is a little bit below the average, I believe. Here's a PSA 7, 10,099, 17 bids. Here's a BGS 8.5 listed for 17,499, and it sold for 15,199. So I hope you can see this here. It's in the middle of all this code, so you know eBay's trying to hide it. So here's a PSA 7 that sold for 10,850, 40 bids. Here's a Authentic by BGS, and it's altered, and it sold for 4,250, 33 bids. Here's a PSA 3 5100, 54 bids. Here's a 6.5 8102, 7 bids. Here's another Authentic altered for 3,775. This had 32 bids. Here's a PSA 5 sold for buy it now, 7,750. Here's a BGS 7.5 that sold for 10,629 bids. Here's another Authentic altered. This is PSA and sold for about 3,500. Buy it now. Here's a BGS 3.5. So we don't see these often. Sold for 4,850, 29 bids. Here is this is a PSA 8 that sold for 14,999, just one bid. So, man, that's a good deal right there. Here's another one that sold for 15,031 bids. So another good deal. Here's a PSA 8 that sold about the average 17,636, 69 bids. Here is a completely fake card sold for way too much. Here's a PSA 8 that sold for 16,500. Buy it now. Here's a PSA 7 that sold for 11,100, 69 bids. There's a PSA 8 that sold for 17,500. Buy it now. Here's a PSA 9. They got it listed for 69,000. So let's check that out in the middle of all this code. Here it is, 60,000. So that's about what these things are been averaging lately. So here's a BGS 6.5. It had one bid, 7,500. So here is a PSA 5 sold for 7,500. Buy it now. Here's a PSA 7 that sold for 10,100, 46 bids. Here's a PSA 8 that sold for 21,154 bids. So this is actually pretty high right now, considering. Here's a BGS 8.5 that sold for 12,041 bids. And here's a PSA 9 that sold for 53,202, 47 bids. That's an incredible deal right there for that buyer. Wow, that's great. So let's check out the stickers. The PSA 10 has a pop of 119. For the past 3 months, it's only sold 4 times for average 102,000. And the current sell, the last sell was 200,100 on the 4th. Now I know you're saying, well, didn't one sell in the auction house, the golden auctions, for 224,000? Yeah, that's true, but we didn't get it confirmed for whatever reason. So the record high is still at 200,100. So BGS 9.5, a rare card. There's only 32 of these, so it never sells. The last 3 months, there's only been 3 sales. And the other 2 sold low before the big, before this took off. So the average is really low, 37,000. The last sell was 69,000. I think that's a good price for this card, on the 30th of January. So that's also the high. It's a card that I would really like to have, but that's just too much money for me. So PSA 9 has a pop of 1,878. For the past 3 months, there's been 70 sales. That's a whole lot of sales. So let's cut that down to 1 month. We have 40 sales. So it last sold for 16,999 on the 20th, so yesterday. So this sells on average for 24,544. The record high is 31,133, and that was just here on the 11th. So not too long ago. So PSA 8.5 has a pop of 73. For the past month, it's sold 5 times for 10,580. Last sold for 15,000 here on the 7th, so not too long ago, and that's also the record high. So the card hasn't sold much. So the BGS 9 has a pop of 223. So for the past month, it sold twice. It sold on average for 12,129. It last sold for 13,259 on the 18th, so above the average, and that is also the record high. So it's hard to say what this card is really valued because we don't see it very often. So PSA 8.5 has a pop of 73. It's only sold 5 times, and so it's average of 10,580. It last sold for 15,000 on the 7th, and the record high is 15,000. So let's go to the 8. PSA 8 has a pop of 3,480. So there's a lot of these cards. Sold 22 times. So it last sold for 5,387 on the 20th, so yesterday. Averages at 8,128, and the record high is 13,400. This huge spike right here on the 3rd. So let's check the 7. PSA 7 has a pop of 1,314. Sold 42 times for an average of 3,850. It sold for 3,250 on the 19th, and the record high is 5,150. It's a big spike here. It's like on the on the 7th. So a lot of cards spiked right there in that window right there when those golden auction sales, they sold so high, it kind of sent a ripple effect through all of the cards. This is a PSA 6. It has a pop of 844. This had 16 sales, and it averaged at 2,744. Last sold for 2,364 on the 18th right here, and the record high is 3,505. So this card hasn't changed a whole lot. So the last one in the card ladder database is this PSA 5 for 818. So it's been 30 sales in the past month for 2,256 average. Last sold for 2,049 on the 18th, and the record high is 2,899 right here. Looks like on on the 12th. So that's the last card in the database. And like, if you want to add more grades to this, then you can get a membership with cardladder.com and request to have your card added, and those guys will consider it. So let's look at the star card. So the BGS 9.5, unfortunately, we do not have any sales for this card. You know, there's only a pop 3 for this. And this card is not sold since 2015. So if this card did pop up, it would be like huge news and everyone would hear about it. So if we go to the BGS 9, this also is kind of rare. So, I mean, there's 68 of them, but people are holding on to them. They're not really letting these go yet because they're seeing how much they are climbing. If we go to 3 months, there's only been this one sale for 34,500, which is extremely out of date because this is back in December. So if we go to the BGS 8.5, it has a pop of 237. This is the more common one you'll see. So there's been 6 sales in the past 3 months for 35,450 on average, but it last sold for 52,600. So this is more like the real price. It spiked at 55,600, but this last sale was on the 18th, and the spike was just before that on the 15th. So this card is on the rise. I wish I was able to get one before it took off, but unfortunately I was not. So here's the BGS 8 has a pop of 234. So it sold 5 times in the last 3 months for 17,399 average. It last sold for 38,000 right here on the 30th, which is a huge spike, and that's also the record high for that card. So we look at the 7.5, has a pop of 180. So it sold 6 times in the last 3 months for 17,616 on average. It last sold for 32,600 on the 18th, and that's also the record high for that card. So if we look at the BGS 7, this has a pop of 92. So it sold 2 times in the past 3 months on an average of 8,627. But this is kind of out of date here. Last sold for 10,500 on the 22nd of January. But we just saw a 6 that sold for 30,000. So this is extremely out of date. The last card in the database, the card ladder database, is the BGS 6.5. It has a pop of 40. Last 3 months, there's just been the one sale for 15,000. Again, this is extremely out of date since the 6 is now selling for double that. If we look on eBay, we have a few of these listed. We have like an authentic one here for 30,000, our best offer. So a lot of these were trimmed back in the day. So when they say altered, it's most likely trimmed. Here's another one for 45,000, our best offer. Here's 46,500, no bids. 49,000, or best offer for a 6.5. There's another 7.5 for 75,000, or best offer. And then it just gets a little crazy from here. Some really high prices. Here's actually a 9, and it's 350,000, or best offer, which is really high on that too. So if we look at the recently ended, we'll start here with January. The 8.5 was at 35,100, and then it shot to 38,900, 78 bids. And then the H trumped that one for 37,180. And then you had an authentic that sold for 12,800, 73 bids. This is about what the 8.5s were selling for, a few months ago. Here's an 8.5 that sold for 55,692 bids. And then here's a 6. See, this 6 sold for 31,150 bids. This is crazy. Here's an 8.5 that sold for 52,650 bids. And here's a 7.5 that sold for 32,600. 78 bids on that one. So let's go back and check on those auctions and see how they're doing. See if anything has changed on these. Let's see if they've gone up. Let's see if this PSA 10 has gone up any. So don't look like there's any change. Let's click on it. Yeah, but it's still going. Look, there's 6 minutes 37 seconds. It's still not in like this extended bidding, so it could still possibly, if someone bids on this, then it'll start over like 10 minutes. It'll add 10 more minutes and it'll just keep going. So I'll check on it one more time after I do my summary slides. So in summary, the PSA 10 has a record high of 720,000. So on live auction right now, we have one up to 564,000. The BGS 9.5 high-end quad 9.5s and above, the record high is 162,500, and we have one up to 103,000. I've already calculated the buyer's premium into these. That's why they look higher, the 20%. So the BGS 9.5 low end, the record high is 95,100. We have none on auction. SGC 9.5, the record high is 125,000. We have one up to 75,000. The PSA 9 record high is 88,999. I don't think it's going to get back to this price anytime soon. We have one up to 50,100. We have a BGS 9 here. 56,000 was the record high, the spike, and we have one up to 28,455. And the SGC 9 is similar, actually a little bit higher, so 57,600 is their record, and there's one up to 10,088. So this card is kind of falling off. PSA 8.5, the record high is 43,400, and we have one up to 16,300. I did all of the ones that are in the card ladder database here. So like I said, you can get a membership with them guys and request to have your card or your grade added to their system, and they will add it. They'll consider it and add it, if there's enough sales data there for that to make sense to add to their database. So the BGS 8.5, the record high is 23,100, and there's one on live auction here for 10,500. So you can pause the video and you can look at this slide here. So like I said, if you haven't seen my videos before, these green columns are the highest confirmed sell. Even though you've seen higher sales, those sales for whatever reason has not been confirmed by Card Ladder. Card Ladder does research. They talk to the sellers. They ensure that the card was actually paid for. So it's a true confirmed sell. So it's actual factual data. And those guys do a really great job. They work really hard on this website. And we all appreciate them letting us use their data for my show. So if you look here, none of these are really getting close to the record highs. So, I mean, not even close. The PSA 7 is at 12,200, so that's like the closest to its record. I also have the low ends here. So here's the BGS 6.5 all the way to the PSA 1. So we don't have any of these on auction, so there's nothing here. This PSA 4 looks pretty good, 5,100. This is pretty good. This is actually pretty good for the PSA 6, this auction here. I mean, this 11,800 was like an anomaly. This was like this huge spike. So, I mean, the cards are still doing okay, but they're just not breaking records every day like they were before. Some of these low ends are still doing really well. All right. So let's check one more time before we go. Let's check one more time. Let's see. Let's refresh this. See if anything crazy happened. Nope, still at 510,000. Yep. All right. Well, if something crazy happened, I'll let you know in my next video. But that'll be it for today. That's my update. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Michael Jordan Rookie Card Market Report.